Yeah. What up? Salute to everybody, man, that's tuning into the channel. I appreciate all the love. I wanted to touch on something, man. Shout out to Math Hoffa. You know what I'm saying? He has the My Expert Opinion podcast. This podcast has been through so many hurdles, man. They've been through so many different guests, so many different changes from the overall visual aspect of the show kind of changed. Multiple guests have come and gone. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And one thing I have noticed with My Expert Opinion, it really was like a barbershop conversation. Like, I remember, especially at the moment when Heineken, ESSO, Bigger, and it was somebody else in there too, along with Matt. And when, they would have a lot of debates. And I think that's what I really love. Like, they would have a conversation or a topic per se, and then they would talk about it, and they would debate it. It would be like, niggas would have spit coming out of their mouth, mental veins popping out, screaming, spilling liquor. Like, it would be intense. And that's the barbershop feel. I feel like that's what's missing from My Expert Opinion, bro. The shit looks too rehearsed. It's too, like, I don't know. It's like high level production. It don't have that authentic feel anymore. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like the camera's on. It's like they will be talking and the camera would just be rolling. Like, oh, we rolling? We taping? You know what I mean? And then they would just get right into it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like, so I see, it's no secret that ESSO and Heineken, they left the show last year along with Space Ghost. Now, Space Ghost, from what I understand, he does a lot of the graphics, a lot of the videography, the editing, a lot of that technical shit behind the scenes, he was handling. And he did a phenomenal job. He did a lot of Queens Flips work. And you could kind of see the difference in the quality, and it transitions from when he left to the point where Math didn't have anyone. And then when he did find somebody, he still couldn't get that sharp color quality that he had in the very beginning stages when he was shooting the My Expert Opinion podcast with Space Ghost. But those three left due to not being paid, being mistreated. Math has been vocal saying that he felt like the energy changed. He felt that they went behind his back and they started a whole nother podcast. And I guess it was in their contract that they couldn't start another pilot show. And if they did, it would have to be under the My Expert Opinion brand. ESSO and Heineken is saying, well, they already had Bag Fuel prior to them coming there. They offered to bring Bag Fuel to My Expert Opinion, and Math laughed it off. I mean, it's a whole lot of shit. Like, they have a new interview with Bigger, because now Bigger is the newest guy. Now, y'all don't know who Bigger is. Bigger is the big, black, dark-skinned nigga with the glasses that's always speaking some high wisdom, God talk type, type of shit. He'll insert himself every now and then in the conversations, but more so, he's like the mediator. He's like the medium in between all the guys in the barbershop. And sometimes he would add great balance to the conversation. Like, I like I think it was the Smith and Wesson episode where it almost got crazy in there between Bigger and one of the guests. The Tony Yayo episode was fire. That was a crazy back and forth. So Bigger definitely at times, I feel like he knew when to incorporate himself and he knew when to just, sit back and play his role. But, he went on Bag Fuel and he pretty much was just like, yo, I came onto the show to support Math. I didn't want $1. I would stay late. I would clean up, the barbershop. I brought my own security. I guess he's an entrepreneur. He has his own security, legal firearms and shit like that. So he was providing that service to Math. And I'm not going to hold you. My perception was he was Math's bodyguard, because they would always talk about, moving right, but, protecting yourself and things of that nature. So I'm like, this nigga got to be some type of bodyguard or some shit. Like, because he didn't always like talk in that manner. But, he seemed very, very upset. And they were explaining to him in the episode about YouTube, the revenue and the numbers and all the rumors about, they talked about the Revolt situation. Those rumors that Math got offered a whole bunch of money. Math said it wasn't true. ESSO saying otherwise. It's a whole bunch of mess. But it's come to a point now where Big is like, yo, you know, you my mans, right? I'm here with you. I'm doing all this and that. He said the only thing I asked for Math was I wanted my own podcast. I wanted my own show. I mean, he said I didn't want no money. I just wanted my own show. I wanted you to help me start my own podcast. And that's light. I mean, you have the platform. You could have did it and ran it right off your channel. So I don't know why that never happened in this whole period of time of him being there. So that was just really weird. And then I guess money came into it. At the end of the day, it all boils down to money. You know, he felt, from what I took from the interview, he felt that he brought a lot of value to the table, even though he may not have been a vocal piece in the production or on camera, but behind the scenes, he played a very valuable part. Like I said, making sure security was there to protect the guests and, you know, the business in, you know, Harlem. They in Harlem, in the hood in Harlem. You know, he's providing that service. He's giving the service to Math at a discount rate, but he broke the math. He's like, yo, I'm actually losing money because I got to pay this back in taxes at the end of the year. It was just crazy, man. Y'all got to check that out, bro. Like, he basically just like, man, I can't stick around for that. Like, this man don't respect me. He felt disrespected. There was some type of conversation that was held and things were said he didn't like, you know, and it was a very, very in-depth interview. And I will say this, ESSO gets a lot of flack, I think, because of his delivery, but he's very smart and very passionate about things that he talks about. That's one thing I do notice when it comes to ESSO. Heineken is really like the medium in between. Like, he's the guy, you know, he'll crack some jokes, but he's like kind of the guy that'll keep shit together. When you go off balance, he'll make sure, all right, guys, we gotta stay on track. You know, like the mediator. But it's just unfortunate, bro. Like, Math, you done went through, let's see, Misfit, Knowledge from Hip Hop Is Real. That whole fiasco was, the way you handled that, I didn't think that was right. Who else did you have on there? You got ESSO, Heineken, Bigger. You had Graph up there at one point. Graph was on there. Then Graph stopped coming up there. Like, now, you know what I mean? You got Mecca up there now. You got Gap Murder. You got the guy that just came on from prison not too long ago. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not really paying attention as far as the views of the show, but I do feel like the whole overall concept of the show changed a whole lot, where it's not, like I said, that conversation type of, not even interview, like conversation, an exchange of information and jewels and wisdom and debates. Y'all don't really have that. It's more so what inspires you to da-da-da-da. And I like one thing that ESSO said. He was like, yo, fuck the guests, my nigga. We got to get back to the essence of what the show was about. Debates, conversations. Like, they used to have some dope ass conversations, bro. They used to talk about, you know, relationships, the music business, you know, being black fathers, you know, dealing with baby moms, dealing with disrespect, dealing with trauma, mental health. Like, they used to have some very good conversations in there. And then they will also touch on current topics. Like, I used to enjoy the episodes when there wasn't no guests. The 40-minute clips where they would just be them having dialogue. Yo, I would learn a lot from those conversations, and I wish them niggas would get back to that. But it's like, those guys you have in the barbershop besides Mecca, it's like, what the fuck could we learn from these niggas? No disrespect to Gap Murder, but who the fuck is Gap Murder? And the other guy, I mean, no disrespect to him, but it's like, I felt like ESSO used to be a manager. You know, he worked in the music industry. He found a lot of artists. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to the, you know, management, the industry, working with artists. Like, he had a lot of wisdom and game, and especially knowing how to monetize and get to the bag. You got Heineken, you know, a very experienced journalist. You know, he knows his shit. He has a lot of history, a lot of relationships. Like, I'm telling you, like, that shit was a perfect mix, and it got fucked up. It got fucked up. I don't know what's up with my expert opinion. Like I said, I don't really watch it no more. Like, every now and then I might see a few clips. If it's an interesting guest, I might listen. But like, that urgency when it was popping, When you would get like those little clips and shit or the alerts that an episode was about to drop, you would be glued. You would be glued. And it don't got that feel no more. And I'm pretty sure he got to be seeing it behind the numbers. He has to be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yo, I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with expert opinion. To be honest, I don't want to put a negative light, you know what I'm saying, on his platform. I don't want to do that. But I do feel like if he doesn't change the direction of where the podcast is going, I feel like it's going to get stagnant. It's going to get very stagnant. And I don't want to see him getting to the point where he's trolling guests and trying to go viral and shit start getting messy. You know, I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope, I'm going to be honest with you, this I'm just putting this in the universe. I hope that all of these guys could just have a conversation. Put all these guys in the room. Math, ESSO, Heineken, Bigger. Put these guys all in a room and have a conversation. And matter of fact, film it. Make it an expert opinion. Hash everything out. You know what I'm saying? And then put it out. And then if y'all can't come to a medium, then just go your separate ways. But I think if you all get in the room, hash everything out, I think y'all can get back together, man, and make this shit happen, man. But let me know what y'all think about that shit, man, in the comment section, man. How do y'all feel about expert opinion? You know, do you guys still watch it? Do you guys fuck with the episodes? Or do you miss the old cast? You know, do you feel like that was more so the direction in the episodes that you loved? Let me know in the comment section, man. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ace is Working. It's your boy. I'm out of here. Peace.